Reactions are pouring in from Bachelor Nation after an unprecedented ending to this season of The Bachelorette. Like most seasons, Jenn Tran got engaged in the end, but it's what happened after the cameras shut off that has everyone talking. ABC's Lara Spencer has the recap.
A Bachelorette finale that no one saw coming.
He called me and he basically broke off the engagement.
Jenn Tran, heartbroken after her choice, Devin, called off their engagement.
He had basically said that he didn't love me anymore and didn't feel the same way. And
Jenn going into the finale with two men to choose from, Marcus Sjoberg and Devin. Jenn picking her man and proposing to him.
Devin Strader, will you please make me the happiest girl in the world and marry me?
But the engagement falling apart when Devin realized he could not be the man Jenn had hoped for.
I found myself falling short of those expectations in the real world. And I found myself not being able to live up to the things that you need and you deserve.
Jenn ultimately standing up for herself and her decision.
I do not regret proposing to that man on there, but what happened was that man doesn't exist anymore. And the truth of the matter is, I'm still that same woman I am.
Our thanks to Lara Spencer for that recap. And let's bring in ABC's Will Gans for more on this. Will, what an ending. What's the reaction to social media on this finale and how it went down?
You know, it's really interesting. I did not pay attention in full to this season of The Bachelorette, but when I woke up this morning, I was like, uh-oh, like something must have gone seriously awry because TikTok and Twitter and Instagram are all sort of in alignment on this one. I think the reaction is twofold, really. So the one issue that a lot of people had a problem with from last night was having Jenn sit there and reveal that everything went poorly, that she's heartbroken, and then for her to have to sit there on the couch next to Devin and watch the proposal. And, you know, you saw her in the 2-box. She was reacting live, obviously not in a great way to this proposal where she thought she found the man of her dreams. And of course, it didn't end up being like that. And then the other thing, too, that's super interesting is a lot of people are taking issue with casting for letting someone like Devin sort of sneak in, because obviously it appears that he was a clout chaser of some sort, got all the way to the top, and then made it to the finish line and sort of walked away, or, you know, however you want to look at it. So it's sort of this interesting thing that we're seeing in reality TV right now, like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, where Monica Garcia was obviously a fan of the show, made her way into it, and then sort of unraveled it from the inside out. So there's a lot of folks who are taking issue with sort of putting Jenn in that position, allowing Devin to get as far as he did with not pure intentions. Not that anybody necessarily would have known, but the good thing, though, is that Jesse Palmer live on the finale last night did sort of apologize to Jenn and say, I'm so sorry that you've been put in this position, and on behalf of all of Bachelor Nation, we feel for you, we're rooting for you, and you know, we have your best interest at heart.
The idea of somebody on the show, going on the show for the wrong reasons, is something we have heard season after season after season. So what happened here? I want to play a clip of what she said on Good Morning America this morning. But after that, discuss what is it about this situation that has people saying enough is enough. So here's what she had to say.
I proposed to a man who promised me a fulfilling life, a loving partnership, and a marriage that I had always wanted. So I am very confident in knowing that that is still what I want. Unfortunately, he just wasn't the man that he had talked himself up to be.
Well, is it the way she is talking about this now that has sort of changed the tone of how people are willing to accept this?
I do think so, because she realizes that she still deserves the best. She might have made a mistake in falling for the wrong man, or a man who misrepresented his intentions on the show. But the other thing, too, that she's done very well last night and into this morning on GMA is that she's holding him accountable. So she came out there and sat on that couch last night and was like, not only did you break up with me on the phone, the next day I saw that you followed the other woman from my season of The Bachelor, Maria, on Instagram, which feels a little nefarious. And then she called him out for going clubbing in New York City when he was saying, I'm so heartbroken and I won't be able to continue. And she's like, you were fine. Like, I watched you be fine. I watched you lie again and again and again to my face. So she really has done a good job of sort of holding his feet to the fire.
And we should mention she is going to be on Dancing with the Stars. So
dun,
onward,
dun, dun,
upward.
dun, dun.
I think she's going to be just fine.
The ballroom is a wonderful place to fall in
It
love.
sure is. Ooh, well, Will Gans, I know you'll be covering that. Thanks, friend.
Thanks, Diane.